Loki appears to be one of the central antagonists of the Elbaf arc, but what will his devil fruit be? So far, Loki has been hyped up to be the most powerful giant in Elbaf, which is the most powerful nation in One Piece, even surpassing the Wano Samurai. This could imply that Loki's on the same caliber as characters like Kaido and Big Mom. This seems hard to believe at this point in the story, because the giants seemed intimidating when they were first introduced, as they were dozens of times larger and stronger than regular humans, but the giants have become much less impressive as the story progressed, and they were power crept by characters like the Yonko and the Admirals. But I think this is because Oda has been saving the reveal of the largest giants, who are strong because of their sheer size alone, for the Elbaf arc. The biggest giants we know of are the ancient giants, which are several times larger than normal giants. Little Oars Jr. of the Whitebeard fleet had a 3 on his flag, possibly denoting that he's actually Oars the Third. So perhaps the Oars that we saw on Thriller Bark was actually Oars the Second, and the real continent pooler Oars was the skull that we saw in Onigashima. While ancient giants are big, they still don't look big enough to pull entire continents, but perhaps a devil fruit is what allowed Oars to get to that size where he's able to pull continents. The same way that the largest giant that we've seen in the series uses a devil fruit as well, which is San Juan Wolf. The real continent pooler Oars may have had a size changing fruit, or perhaps he had a giant fruit on top of his ancient giant stature, and stacked on top of each other that gave him the sheer scale which allowed him to pull together the islands that formed Wano. And in his giant form he died and left the giant skull on Onigashima and his giant sword that we see on the island. So for this reason, I think Loki can stack a giant fruit on top of his giant stature that can augment his size as well to make him an extremely powerful threat. Many people believe that Loki's fruit could be the world serpent Jormungandr or a monstrous wolf Fenrir Zoan fruit, as both of these monsters were Loki's children in the Norse myths. But while Loki having either of these fruits would make him a massive threat, I believe Loki will have a giant model of the Hito Hito fruit, mirroring Luffy's Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. I believe Loki's fruit will be fire related as well, as Hadruden was trying to win Ace's Flame fruit back in Dressrosa, and Hadruden has been revealed to be Loki's older brother, which means when Loki killed his father to steal his fruit, he took away Hadruden's birthright. So Hadruden sought the Flame fruit as a consolation prize, because his original fruit was flame related in the first place. So if Loki's fruit is both fire and giant related, I believe it will be based on the fire giant of Norse myth, Surtur. Loki also claims to be the sun god, and believes that he will destroy the world as a result, just like Surtur in Norse myth, who was destined to incite Ragnarok and the destruction of the world. Surtur also uses a giant flaming sword in the myths, so if the sheer scale of the Surtur fruit stacks on top of Loki's regular giant stature, that can allow him to be large enough to wield the giant sword that pierces through Elbaf.